I speak the name of Jesus over you. In your hurting, in your sorrow, I will ask my God to move. I speak the name 'cause it's all that I can do. In desperation, I'll seek heaven and pray this for you. I pray for your healing, that circumstances would change. I pray that the fear inside would flee in Jesus' name. I pray that a breakthrough would happen today.
All right, so
I pray miracles.
yes, you can be on TV too, I guess. So I live in a state that is even more bipolar than me, and the weather likes to party. So while it's too cold to do anything outside, I figure we'll do things inside. And I'm a fan of the cold, like when there's purpose, like snow. But when it's cold just to be cold, it kind of sucks. I used to be a bigger fan of pointless cold when I was an alcoholic, because you have literal antifreeze running through your body, 100 proof at a time. But we don't do that anymore. So yeah, my name's B. I'm an alcoholic. Now I'm an RC-aholic. And today, my plan is to put some new taillights on this WPL b16. This was supposed to be an E1. I got sent this instead, and they didn't really want to do anything about it. I got tired of emailing them, and it's not AliExpress's fault. It's a certain seller. I just won't use them again, but plan on putting these 61 mil or 63 millimeter bar lights in the back. Let's see, I got these off of Amazon. There you go. I don't know if that'll help or not, but they're on Amazon. You can get them in 63 mil or 32 mil. I got two. One is for this and one is for the B24. As you can see, they've got different plug-ins. So I got a bag of these, and I'm going to make a splitter, since I think these ESCs for the headlights come with just one port. I don't really want to plug them into the brake lights. I don't think. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But if I don't, I'm going to make a three-way splitter to keep one channel open for the headlights currently, one channel for the tail lights, and then one channel just available in case I want to put like a light bar, maybe like a service light. I don't know, because as I said, I ordered an E1 and I got this, so I wasn't really ready or prepared. I have no idea, but it's gonna be painted something else, because this is, I don't know, like, I love green, but I can't do it. I think maybe, actually I have no idea. But today we're doing brake lights, and then eventually this will look different. I think I'm gonna do away with the bed and get that fuel tank thing they have. Out of stock last time I tried to order one, but maybe it'll be back because of the holiday season. So, oh man, I'm gonna hate editing this because I'm gonna have to listen to my bullshit babble. And but it's New Year's Eve, and we're approaching a new year, and I decided I don't really want to do a bunch of text anymore. So for this job, I use just a cheapy heat gun. I got it off of Amazon. It's been good for like 4 years. I also got a bunch of heat sink tubes, different sizes, also on Amazon. As you know, we got the lights, basic Walmart tool set. Like, I don't use anything fancy. I've used this for 4 years, 5 years now. But shout out to this company. I took a chance on this. It was on sale, Amazon, like last year. And as many light kits as I make, Northern Lights RC. Gotta have lights on everything, right? This thing is like god tier. Like, come here. They auto adjust. It like has some kind of voltage it can detect like against things. It's got like it does more than I need to, and smarter people than me will probably understand this potential, but I said all that to say this thing kicks ass. I think I got it for like $30, but if you make light kits, make your life easier, just use these, because I was using wire cutters in my teeth, and I got tired of, you take too much, or the wire comes with the plastic, and then you start over, and then you're making like 6 wires for the 2 you needed, and then you got some that are 3 inches and 5 inches, and wherever it broke, and you just got ends and odds, which you can save for other jobs, which I did, but I got tired of hitting my head on that wall. Anyway, I guess let's start this fun project. Alright, so there's a screw right there, and the 2 that hold the bumper on, and then obviously that one on the other side, and then you gotta kind of pull it forward. Hold on. Alright. There we go. And there you go. Alright, now I'm gonna take off, I guess, this tray. 2 more screws, so let's do that. Let's find the right size screw bit. Close enough. Alright. People that hate on Phillips hardware, have you ever tried working with straight slots? Those are the devil. For real. Alright. And now we have this. Alright, now I gotta take this screw off, I imagine. Alright, let's do like this. As you do. And yep, there's our board. Alright. So, it looks like that's the headlight channel. So I'm probably going to make a 3-way splitter off of that. This does have a brake light channel, but I don't know if it only comes on when you're braking, or if it stays on the whole time and then comes on when you're braking, and I'm trying to have it illuminate constantly, so I'll try the brake light first and see if we get the result we want. If not, I'm going to make a splitter and tie it into here. And for that, I will have to consult a manual to figure out which one of those extra channels is the brake light. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just plug and play and see what happens. So the first thing we're gonna do is make sure we got the right kind, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these look the same, and there's like very little difference, but I got this set up, so we will see. Alright. And what I mean by a splitter is, if you look at these, so I would have, I think these are female ends, receiver ends. So I got 3 of these, right? I'm going to taper those together into a male end, and I'm going to create a 3-way splitter if I have to run it off the headlights. If not, I'm just going to use one of these to run the taillight bar, assuming this fits in this board. If the RC gods are with us. Hold on. Moment of truth. I have this thing I call 50-50-100. If I have a 50% chance picking something. I have a 100% chance of picking wrong, but oh yeah, Yahtzee. Looky there. So, if you ever want to do things, 2-pin PH 2.0. So I learned something. 22 AUG. So I think the higher the number, the thinner the wire, or the lower the number, the thicker the wire. Either way, one of these carries and holds more current better, and you kind of want to pay attention to this number and what you're using it for. I don't know if this is a good load, but I mean, it sounds like it, so we'll see. Again, I got these on Amazon. 63 millimeter light bar. I'll show you what they look like outside the package. It comes with a bracket and some 3M tape, but as you can see, it's like an LED bar. If you watch my Zool video, the tail lights are these, just vertical, but in the 30 mil. So my plan is, now that I've got this all taken apart, so that you can kind of see visually a little bit more what I'm going for. Oops. Do not fall off and rip those wires out. That's what we need. There's a lot better ways to do this, like, I don't know, being patient, but we have ADHD and we just have horrible impulse control, so I think it's gonna go like that. Something like that. I was gonna cut these off. And maybe I'll leave them. They kind of look like reflectors. We'll see how it plays in, but yeah, that's what we're going for, and we'll see. All right. So first thing, definitely got to get rid of this. I mean, technically, you could do how I'm gonna make this splitter. You could probably make this into a WPL end as well, but I'm just gonna cut it off. Completely out of order is how we do things, so I'm gonna finish taking this bed off, assuming I can see these screws, that I can't, but we're just going by feel. There's always better ways to do things. We just like to do it difficult, I guess. Alright. I'm super stoked on that fuel bed they have. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I think this set was like $12. I just throw all my screws in here. There you go. That looks kind of cool, actually. I thought it would look more naked, but I mean, I don't hate it. Maybe I won't put the flatbed on until I get the fuel thing. Anyway, back to what we were doing. This is why it takes me forever to do anything, by the way. So, here's a behind the scenes how the sausage is made. And one shall now become two. I'll leave a little bit on this one because I'll save it, because you never know. You might need that later. And then bam. And bam. And now we get a fancy tool. The life changer. Check this out. Fellas, ladies, everybody out there, you need these. You want your life to be easier? Check this out. You go like this. You stick it in. Hold on, let me make this not look dumb. How do I? Yeah, kind of like, okay, this angle's weird, but yep. And then you just, bam. And then these wires might be a different thickness, different color. It doesn't care. Put it back in. Bam. Auto adjust, easy every time. Look. Bam. Go back. Bam. This is that hard plasticky. This is that soft rubbery. It don't care. Look at that. Every time. Get yourself some of these. All right. Now, what we're gonna do is match the colors. So sometimes there's a white wire, and that's your signal wire. If you take your white wire and your red wire and you put them together, and then you have your white and your red go into the other red, you can still have the signal power. So, but this WPL, I don't think they have switches like the FMS, so this is fine. They're just gonna be on. Yeah, so let's get this going. I don't know what you're gonna be able to hear over the heat gun, so basically I take a larger piece of heat shrink and I'll put it on here, right? That way when I put a smaller piece on my red and I hook them together like that, it's gonna look like that, right? And then same thing with the black. They'll have two individual heat shrinks, right? Well, I like to put one over here so I can pull it down and, like, you know, make it a little cleaner looking. Just food for thought. Like, I wasn't like this in the beginning. My wiring in the beginning was atrocious. It's still kind of depending on my mood and patience, but we're getting there. Like, if you watch the convoy video I got, come on, man. That lighting on that roll bar, spectacular. Alright, in case I lose you, we're going to preheat our heat gun to 308 trillion thousand degrees. Just kidding, it's probably a glorified hairdryer. But if you can't hear me, or it's super annoying, I may or may cut this part out with different sound or mute it. I don't know. But here we go. This is like a heat mat for your stove, but it's that rubber kind and no heat transfers, and I want my deposit back, so I'm going to use that, and so far we've had good luck with it, so I'm going to keep doing it. Alright, now you got something like this. I like to pick a side to lay it down. Maybe this way. Yes, I know you can use a soldering gun or a lighter. I just use this because the results are consistent and you don't have to worry about too much heat, not enough heat, right? He agrees. Alright, now we do it again. Alright. And, ADD at its finest. We get ahead of ourselves again. So, we're gonna take that apart. Put one of these guys on. Get in the hole. Alright. You wanna get in the hole? Be a lot cooler if you did. Be a lot cooler if that heat gun wasn't blowing at my side. I was like, hey, it's getting toasty. What is that? Oh, it's me. Alright, here we go. Now we got that. We're also hoping that this is long enough. So for now, I'm not gonna put this one on just yet. Let's go check the length. Well, the good news is it's long enough, and the brake channel works. So I don't need to create a splitter today unless I'm going to add more lights. But in the future, I'll just make a splitter off the headlights, because the last two ports open are for the turn signals, and anything you hook to those is probably going to flash, to my knowledge. So at least we showed you how to make a splitter in case we needed to, but in this case, we did not. Now to figure out how to get it back together and sitting where we want. Since the length was good, we're gonna go ahead and slide this down and clean it up a little bit. Usually it'll look better, but nice and cool. While we're over here, I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but they give you this 3D printed bracket, I guess, for the double-sided tape, and you can do like this and kind of see what I'm saying. And stick it up against whatever you want, or maybe even like a shelf, I guess. I think I'm actually going to use the bracket because it pushes it down just enough, because there's a lip. There's a lip on this that kind of helps disappear your light, but using that little bracket they gave you is enough to push it out and down, so I will be using that. Change of plans. We're drilling holes. That way it makes a... You'll see. Walmart special. Walmart special. But they're gold! And I broke one because you know what happens when you put it in reverse and try to drill into things? They break in half because they're trying to come out and not go in. Yes, we did that. Some random screws, because we're gonna need two. I decided I'm gonna go with these two. And then I'll just try and find a drill bit that like matches the width, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do a test drill in a piece of cardboard before that, so. I'd say it's a good fit. And we're just gonna try and center the bracket and then drill 2 holes. And then as you can see, creates a shelf. I'm gonna take a thumbtack and just try and score it to make a mark so I can come back with the drill. As you can see, right there is where I need to drill, and then I can screw it down and then it'll be in place to drill my other hole. Now we do the thing where we put the things back together and things, so yeah. So upon reassembly, everything is good, except I noticed that it creates a pinch in the bed height, and my OCD won't let that happen, so I'm gonna make a little U out of here that this wire can bypass through to keep the bed level, because it bugs me. So, hopefully watching this saved you some trouble too. Alright, I'm gonna drill a pilot hole and then try and blow it out with a bigger bit. There we go. And then shoving a bigger bit through should blow out that hole into a half moon, which is usually what you don't want to do when you're drilling holes in things, but in this situation, we're going for that look. Oh wow, we're gonna have to get a thicken. Yeah, look at the thickies coming in. Oh god, we spent too much time in this kitchen. Loosey goosey, righty tighty, medium left, I don't know. Here we go. Ta-da! Probably don't do that, but we did it. Alright, now that we've gone back and forth 10 million times, let's try this again. Alright, in the hole we go. The hole we made was for this. And then we've got our shelf. Yeah, we've got our 3M tape cut and ready. But first, well, maybe we will do that before we proceed. Come on, damn you. Deal. Alright. Let's look for something that looks like center that probably ain't, but we're gonna go for right. Right there. Commitment. Commitment was made. How's that look? That's too far that way, probably. I mean, that's not bad. You can't see. I'm looking from a different angle. Yeah, that's not bad. Oops. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, then our little notch we made. Check that out. Just deep enough. Now we can run this inside like that. And then what we're gonna have to do is pop this off and run it under it. So, line the bed back up. I think that's on. Alright, let's get the screws. Probably so much better ways of doing this. My alignment was way off. Shit. There we are. Now we are aligned. Aha. Oh. Wrong screw. One without one of these flat faces. Oh, son of a bitch. Come here. Oh yeah, which reminds me, there's still a screw on the ground we gotta find. Yep. Everything's professional around here. Alright. Okay. Now for reals. Aha. I found a screw. And a thumbtack, you know, because why not? Alright. Now, we flip it over. Everything is still intact. Kind of. Alright. No gap in the back of the bed. Let's see. Nope. Satisfies the OCD. Alright. I guess. Shit. I'm gonna go bypass all this bullshit. Go for glory. Or the middle, you know, that works too. Actually, fuck that. Huzzah! Alright. Let's make sure we're not. Make sure we're not screwing up already. God, this is a nightmare. See why we don't make these? Or why I don't usually talk? Oh, hey. We got lights. We got tail lights. We're doing things. We're doing things here, I'm telling you. All right. Turn this back off. Okay. Now to get that little ESC happy little guy, get you back in there like you like to be, all nice and neat. These go on this side. That's right. We need the RC wiring gods to be with us. We all know shit don't go back together the way it comes apart usually. But you know, we're gonna knock on the Amazon vinyl fucking wood here. making some progress. We're making some progress. Let's actually get that on the inside of the rail if we can. Get it underneath. Let me back that off. I don't really even know what you can see. Probably. Maybe, hopefully, some of this. If not, maybe my babbling is entertaining. I don't know. Okay, screw it. We're going right there. That's good enough. I just wanted these out of the way as much as possible, because Olive Garden, when you hear your family right, I don't eat there because I don't eat out, because food sucks usually when you don't just do it yourself. Alright, let's see here. Get these screws out of the way before we lose them. Alright, hold on. Okay, we're back. Put that back on in there. And I'll get this cab back on. Is, I'm not gonna lie, a little intimidating because of the whole things never go back on. Let me get these out of the way. Alright. Don't know. I didn't pay attention to how much this tray is supposed to stick out, so I'm gonna use these guide. Oh, we are way off. So there's our holes. Alright. Are we snapped in? We could. Not on this side, we're not. Alright. We're high on this end. Oh, is it because of this wire? Let's move it on in. Alright, kind of. Let's do the screws. I'm gonna need the flashlight. I'm gonna be my own dad and tell myself I'm holding the flashlight wrong. Man, you didn't see that probably, but that was some luck. That screw just got well behaved and where it needed to be, oddly. Maybe not. Get in there. Same thing, other side. As you can see, our bed is flush. Our cab is leaning, so I'm gonna figure that out. Alright, now that we're sitting all level and pretty, the last thing to do is put this bumper on. The cable was pinched inside to one side, so let's see. Imagine this goes like All right. Looks pretty good. You can see what we did there. Probably could have done this a better way, maybe. I don't know. When you have ADHD, it's like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get hit in the face. That's like me in RC videos. I have plans and directions, and then we, start doing the things, and then here we are. I didn't know it was New Year's till a few hours ago, so happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Happy New Year's Day, in case you're watching this tomorrow. I don't even know how long this is or how long it's going to take to upload, but oh yeah, here, let me show. Let's go full red, lower red, brake light. So yeah, I think this light was like 12 bucks and the cables were like $8.99, but yeah, I dig it. Let me know what you think. And again, have a great new year. May 2026 be rocking. Tiny Truck Therapy, out.